When I moved to Nigeria, I was at the peak of my career. But 6 months later in Lagos, I hit my career rock bottom. I was without work, I was losing money, and above all, I was losing my mind. I became angry, depressed, ready to give up. But here's what I didn't know then. Nigeria was about to teach me the one thing I needed most: belief. After months of trying to find work, I finally get a meeting with a potential client. I pitch my services, content marketing, digital marketing, because at the time, that was the only thing I knew how to do. She was impressed. She said, "We'll take you up on the content, but first help us build a portal where all this content will live." I said, "I'm so sorry, but I'm not a developer. I don't know how to code a portal like this." She looked at me, smiled, and said, "You have to figure it out." Now, I've taken leaps before, changed careers multiple times, but this one felt different because the stakes were so much high. Though my mind was screaming with doubts, I managed to smile and say, "Okay, let me figure it out." Looking back, those might be the most important 6 words I've ever said. When I say I'll do something, especially to a client, I have to do it. So now I must find a developer who can deliver on this portal. After a few weeks of stress and desperation, I finally found him. A rare breed of developers who had not just the work ethics, but also the skills to deliver this project. And we delivered it a few days before the deadline. I got appreciation emails not just from my client, but also from the CEO of the company. Can you believe it? My first real professional break in Nigeria came from web development, something I had absolutely no idea about at the time. And the developer and I, we still work together to this day. After that, things started changing. DFID, a UK government organization, reached out. They needed a documentary photographer who can travel across southern Nigeria and document their work. Documentary photographer? Me? Yes, I took street photos for fun, but being on assignment? That's a whole different thing. I doubted if I could deliver on the documentary requirements. I said yes anyway, and I delivered the project. My client loved it and came back with more work later. But something still didn't make sense to me. How was I pulling this off? Looking back, I'm still surprised by all that work I managed to pull off in Nigeria. And then I realized it wasn't just me. In Lagos, you meet an Uber driver who has 2 other businesses on the side, hustling, importing stuff from Dubai, selling through a janky website and WhatsApp. He genuinely believes he'll be the next e-commerce tycoon. You meet a bank executive who runs a poultry farm in Idanre, or some young university graduate in Yaba who will disrupt the health tech space. At first, I would laugh at these ideas. I mean, really? Disrupting health tech? But over time, something shifted. I started to realize it is not about idea. It is never about the idea. It is about the belief and an almost unreasonable, delusional drive to execution. People go to therapy for overcoming their limiting beliefs. But guess what? I went to Nigeria. I stopped hesitating, I stopped doubting, and I started to believe, like truly believe, that I could figure out anything. A couple of years later, one day during a client meeting for a very technical oil and gas project, I caught myself saying yes without that familiar panic inside me. No stress, no doubts. I just said yes, we'll figure it out. That's the moment I knew Nigeria has rewired me. Because belief is incredibly powerful. When I started in Lagos and someone told me you'll build a business here and end up selling it, I would have never believed. But it happened. To this day, it is all unbelievable. It started with figuring out how to build a portal, but ended up teaching me I could figure out anything. To every university student in Yaba building the next big startup, to every Uber driver building the next e commerce empire, and to every banker running a poultry farm in Idanre, thank you so much. You taught me how to believe. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Nigeria.